Alright, so covering ratting spots, since we're on Big Red side, we will cover the rat spots over here directly in the Big Red. We'll go over to construction, and then we'll go over to dorms. I don't particularly like ratting, quote-unquote, Big Red, because this is a direct PvP area, like, at least early on in a raid. So I feel like most people actually like clear this building really good. They come back, they check to make sure no one's like hiding here in the dark shadows. There are a few like kind of oops. There are a few cheeky spots that you can get into. Let's see if I have the strength. I got up here. You can get up onto that third shelf, or at least you could last stripe. I don't know if that's one of the things that they quote unquote fixed. Yeah, it looks like they might have fixed that one, which it's fine. It's not a huge deal. So, but you can get up onto this rack. I've gotten a few kills this wipe from this rack. Looking for those scav kills at night on customs. People just, they don't really look around a whole ton when they come in here. As you can tell, I'm not great at jumping puzzles, which is really what these are at the end of the day. Alright, stamina regen. Come on. There we go. But yeah, you can get up into here and lay down here. Your shape is broken up by the fact that you've got this basically protecting your flank, and you can just watch through this door and watch the steps. This is another one of those, look up, you're gonna see someone up there if they're up there. Try to always approach this building, if you can, from the side versus just coming in through that front door. As always, like, you can have people hiding back here. I'm, like, this is so loud up here, even crouch walking, like, you still make sound. So I don't really like it as a spot. So you can still get up on this, which means that when this door is open, you can actually jump on the door and jump on top there. Some people have said it's great for, like, you can shoot through the cracks between the ceiling and the wall. That's bad. Don't do that. If you're hopping on top of that, you're trying to catch people that are in here. 10 minutes into the raid, not very many people are going to be checking Big Red. The people that are usually doing quests. You don't really get good angles on them. Something to keep in mind. The big area for, once again, we get into the weird definition of what is ratting. Is being a sniper and taking long distance shots, is that being a rat? Some people say yes, some people say no. I do not let people being upset at the way that I play dictate the enjoyment I get from playing. So you have the classic on top of the train. From here, you have clear line of sight to an extract. You have clear line of sight to this ramp. So let's say you spawn back in warehouses and someone spawns up here and they make their, you might be able to come here and catch them as they go across. Figured I'd try that. There's a few areas that I've been meaning to try, but I don't come to customs that often, so there's that train that you can do that to. There's this train that you can do this to. There we go. Onto there. Okay. Once again, looking up gives you just that little extra oomph that you need. And from here, you get the other angle where you've got entrance to construction there, you've got the street, you have actual construction itself. So, not bad areas. This is where this is one of the spots that you could have done Tarkov Shooterborn in Heaven from before they changed it. This is actually where I got all of my custom Shooterborn in Heaven 2 wipes ago, because I didn't bother with Shooterborn last wipe. If you are, here's a fun tip. If you are trying to do a quest where, like, let's say you're doing, if you're doing a quest, say the Bronze Pocket Watch quest, and like you've done it a few times, you've gotten killed each time, and you're just fed up with it, this is actually what I ended up doing for it. Was I basically came and I hung out back here for first 10 minutes of the raid. And then I went and I got the pocket watch, and done and done. If you want to try to catch people that you think might be doing that, like, toss a grenade back there. It is really easy. What? So you have to get on this edge. I've never had luck with this spot. Every time I've tried it, people have been smart. They looked up and they killed me. I also just have a terrible time getting up here, so I don't like this spot. But you can get up here, you can lay down, gives you a clear line of sight, just like the trains, a little bit closer. Surprisingly, I don't see people sitting in these bushes a whole ton. They are great for doing long-range killing. So we're going to cover construction, and then we'll head over to dorms, and we'll wrap up from there. Alright, construction proper. The areas that I don't see people ratting this area too often. I think it's an under-ratted area. This is a main choke point. People come through here. People get their kills here. When I work on my Punisher quest, this is where I come. I come to construction and fortress when I'm looking for those SVD kills. Alright, let's go ahead and... So you can jump up here, and there are 2 loot containers in here. I found a vortex last time I did this. Like, it's all weapon parts, so at the very least, even if you're not going to rat, worth it to check out the area, you know? But then you can just hang out here. Sniper Scav, the one that spawns up here, will see you. He will shoot at you. You can just wait for players to walk by. You can actively try to hunt scavs that walk by. It's a pretty engaging area. So you can get up here as well. This is another one of those, like, they will probably fix this. But you can sit here. I don't know if people will necessarily see you here. I was only up here for like a few minutes one day when I was doing this. I was like, oh, neat, you can get over here. It's funny. I don't know if it's viable. And like when you're getting here, you are massively exposed. And once you can get up here, this I think is high enough. People will not look up. They might, and if they do, you just die. Like, you are in the open. You are blatant. But yeah, you can easily like just hang out here. If you lay here, you're probably fine from behind, but the second someone looks at your direction and just you're gonna get shot. I might try this spot out here just to be like, let's see how often people do actually like look up. And this, by the way, like, I'm not overweight. I'm at 20 kilograms. I recommend, if you want to hop up into these weird ass spots, stay underweight. It really sucks because, like, to get to them, you have to have a decent strength. But if you're constantly getting to them, you're not leveling up your strength. I think that's doable with higher strength, getting to that one. A little bit more exposed, I feel like. So we're getting into kind of like the zany rat spots. These are rat spots where I feel like people should not be mad if they die to it, because they'll be like, well, wait, how the fuck? You know, I give kudos to people that kill me in ingenious ways. I recently had a player scav actually get like a bunch of scavs to follow him, and he just basically used those scavs to figure out where I was. So I thought that was pretty funny. You can technically rat from this spot. I don't recommend it. It is real risky. Yeah, you get a little bit better of a... That's why I brought this in, so that way I can... You can get up onto that and lay on it. Once again, hugely exposed, really funny. I don't have a ton to say about dorms. I really am doing this more for completion's sake. There are tons of places that you can rat in dorms. I don't find ratting in dorms to be very fun. It's more fun to actually have, like, direct fights in dorms. So, like, this is technically a rat spot. I don't think it's that great of one. On top of that table, but I believe... Yeah, you can get up here. I don't really have too much to add to dorms itself. You know, you can hide back in this corner. All of these corners and stuff like that, easily cleared by a flashbang or a grenade. The obvious part of dorms is that Reshala can spawn, and of course the marked room. I've heard the marked room has gotten a lot better. I have a dorms marked room key. I did 3 unlocks of it early wipe. I didn't find very interesting loot. Like, I found an SR-25, which was cool, because I needed it for the gunsmith task, so I didn't have to worry about that. But otherwise, yeah, I'm never too impressed with dorms. Like, loot-wise, it's great for fights, but that's really about it. I am excited because they obviously have something planned for the roofs of dorms. You can see across. They've got the sandbags and stuff like that set up. And they even have, if you come into the stairwell here, they have this access into the roof. So I don't know if they're planning on doing something with that. Once again, with the vaulting. Every room in dorm can be a rat room. You can literally hide. I can hide in this room like this and just hold this angle forever. Like that's what dorms feels like, is it's every room is possible, which is what makes it fun to have direct PvP in, because you have a lot of dynamic variability in your fight. You know, everything changes on the fly all at once. This is about the only part of this dorm building. I hate this fence here. It's so annoying when I have a quest room that's in that side of it, and I come in through the main door, and then I get killed by Rashala and the boys. But yeah, dorms pretty simple. You know, there's nothing super exciting about dorms as far as, like, ratting spots you have to watch out for that you're not expecting. And I feel like people, it's kind of like Fortress. People come in expecting people to be here, hiding, doing stuff. So you're on edge, you're checking all your corners. Not very many people are going to get ratted in dorms proper. It's got to be on your path out. There is one last spot that I'm going to give honorable mention. I don't have a high enough strength to get up to it yet. I believe you need strength like 31 or 32. But we'll give it a chance. You can get into that container up there. Ideally, if you suspect that someone is up there, they're going to wait for you to pass before they pop out and shoot you. So if you come up here and you think someone's up there, it costs nothing to just grenade that. It's real easy. So, but how people get up there, and this is going to be the giveaway 9 times out of 10. If you're in the nearby area, I'm going to let the stamina catch up. If you're in the nearby area and you hear a ton of barbed wire, someone's probably up there, or at least they tried to get up there. So from here, come to there. Like I said, I don't think I have the strength to fully get up there right at the moment. You don't want to land in that gap. You will have to land on this edge. Get to the highest point of the ledge. Oh, yep. And now you can hide out in here and wait for people to walk by. This is a funny spot, but at the same time, I don't like it as a spot because you're really narrow. Like, if you want to see what's going on in construction, your back is now exposed to all of this area. So ideally, your target is like in this narrow window of sight. Not great. But yeah, so those are kind of the big spots to watch out for on customs. I showed you how to get into them. I showed you how you can clear them. Once again, looking up solves 90% of the problem. Just be observant. Even if you are a Chad that likes to shift WRN, it takes all of, half a second to hold your middle click and do like an upward look. Like, just be mindful of your surroundings. Use grenades. If you suspect someone is like hiding out in a building, stuff like that, grenades are your friend. Plain and simple. They will clear out most rats, at the very least by forcing them to move, which then can confirm your suspicion. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know if there's any other specific map you want me to show the rat spots on. I think I might do one on Interchange just because that's the other map that I know has a ton of rat spots. It's the nature of it being a giant mall. There's a lot of dark corners you can hide in. So leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if there's any specific maps you want me to see to do next. Hit the like button and then subscribe so that way you get notifications when I do put out my next set of videos. Thanks a lot, guys.